Well, YouTube, here we are again. It's a cold morning, not super cold. In the mid-20s. Do a quick cold start on something. Move it. 1086. Move it around in the shed so it's not quite so much in the way. Since someone else did a cold start on a 1586 and it didn't start. Show the difference on some things. My battery disconnect switch is already turned on, so show you the difference. It's had fuel pump reworked, battery disconnect switch. It's been sitting for about 4 days. 18-degree weather yesterday, not quite as cold as when there's snow on the ground and stuff, but it's got fresh 30 weight oil in it. It was just changed basically a month ago, so 30 weight oil is what makes them a bitch to crank when it's cold too. You guys got to keep in mind with your old IH stuff, you know. So no block heater plugged in or anything to that effect. Booster. Let's see what we can get here. Clutch. Here we go. Almost. Wait a few seconds. Overheat the starter. Barely. Knocking and banging, my tack quit working. You can hear it clicking, squeaking. Not too bad for this thing. About all I wanted, but it could have been 5-6 degrees cooler yet, and it might have been not a no start deal. So full of fuel, running regular diesel in it instead of bio. I used to use bio and everything, but we just kind of switched. But otherwise, that's a cold start on this thing. Not too rough, is it? All the squeaks and the rattles and the bangs. Still got the original radio in it. I got to do some electrical work to it again to get all the cab stuff working. Another solenoid problem. Just got dual hydraulic outlets on it. So I already did a review on this if memory serves. So I can do a cold start on that too. It ran yesterday though, so that old 350 diesel ran yesterday, so I know it'd start easy today. My SVL 75, that'll start too. So it's got all synthetic fluids in it. It doesn't have a block heater or anything, no, but it just, these newer engines start easy with direct injection and all that good fun stuff. So oh, let's move it a few feet. Starting stuff up and taking off with it, but I don't want to sit here and waste 10 minutes either. As long as I can get my wagon out with my exhaust fluid on it in a little while, because I'm gonna need it. So get the generator fired up so I can pump it. This thing feels like it ain't got no power steering. Planter? Yes, I did. Nose her up in the shed here a little bit, get her out of the road. Turn it a little bit square up here. Mules on the thing makes it a pain in the ass to turn sometimes. guys go. Cold start on the 1086. She's not going anywhere. It's going to stay on the farm, but just got to take some time and give her some TLC again. It's one of these deals, about every 10 years you got to go through it and right all the wrongs that you've been letting slide. So I get that one hydraulic outlet fixed, otherwise I don't have anything to pull my damn disc around with even, so I'm gonna have to try that new tractor out, I guess. Oh, my damn doors. Used to stuff with tilt steering on it. Oh, gotta love them K&M steps. Best damn thing I put on this tractor. As you can see, PTO unit's pretty easy to take out of these. You just pull all these bolts out. There's probably 8 of them or so. The whole unit slides out of there, weighs about probably 250, 300 pounds. Park it on a hill. Park tractor nose the front end and down a good steep hill. So when you do that, you don't lose all your oil out it. But yeah, you can see my other problems with this outlet. Something let loose inside of it, and I got to tear it apart. Converted these to ISOs about 5-6 years ago when I did the fuel pump, and something screwed up in them, so it'll sit there and drip oil constantly. It's all over everything when it runs. So got a couple gallons extra in that usually fixes it, but that gets expensive in a hurry. But you guys are looking for an equivalent to Case IH Hi-Tran fluid. It's a Mobile makes a fluid that's pretty much compatible with it, and you can buy 2 5-gallon pails of the Mobile for the same price as 1 pail of Case IH. This is a hell of a steal in my book. And here we go, folks. Next to my 8920, yes, it's a Kubota M7 171 Premium. Put about 7-8 hours on it. The only thing I got to get for it's the weight. It needs weight terribly. It needs about 1,200 pounds on this baby up front. It's got good hella lights on it. It's got the push bar. Pretty easy. You just pull the pin and it folds down. Solid front axle. No suspension. Runs on a 380/85 R30 tire. Michelin's, of course. It's a pretty nice tractor. Your oil fills right there. M171 Premium. Lighting's good on it. I don't remember the exhaust fluid tank size and the diesel fuel tank size, but I'd get back to you on that. The only thing I don't care for is the steps on it. Not the greatest. It could use one more. And it needs weight terribly because there's nothing on the wheels. It runs a 480/80 R42 Agribib Michelin on the rear. It's got all the control buttons for your 3 points, and you can jack your hydraulic stuff and your PTO. It's a interchangeable PTO unit, 540 or 1,000, and it has an economy 540 and 1,000, and also 1,000 RPM economy mode. It's a lever up in the cab that you flip. It's got 4 hydraulic outlets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3-point hitch. Doubt we'd ever use that, but it's got windshield washer fluid, 25 mile an hour speed. Radio antenna, but no goddamn radio on it. It drives me nuts not having a radio. Overall, the tractor's nice. Like I said, the visibility is second to none in it. It does have 2 doors on it, but this door is locked, so because you don't really need it. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get in there with the console anyway. So, but yeah, it's got all the good emission stuff on it. I haven't popped the hood on this thing to look at it much yet, so But yeah, you change your oil and all that on this side. That's very similar to the bigger case tractors. The new bigger case tractors now, it's just on the other side is all, and it's not upright, it's sitting crossways, so. Runs like a Kubota, 4-cylinder. The cab is fairly decent. A few squeaks and rattles, but nothing to complain about. Like I said, the entry to this thing's not the greatest. Sit in the seat, shut the door, has a buddy seat, storage compartments all over the place. Something you don't see anymore. Cigarette lighter, your air filtration, manuals behind the seat there. There's all kinds of adjustments to the seat. Buddy seat also flips down and gives you like a spot for a laptop or your lunch. It's got a speakers, light, mirrors, all kinds of good stuff. Not really a true monitor bar bracket mount, but I suppose you could use that. It's just a frame for the door. And control wise, it's your throttle, 3-point, you can lock the 3-point out, front assist differential lock, you can preset RPM speeds, A or B. It's got your hydraulic outlets, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 are on the multi-control handle. It's an automatic power shift button, raise and lower for the 3-point, shuttle shift, forward, reverse, and then there's a button on the front that you use for that. This button here, if you ever drive one of these, you'll have to use it. That's your range, because you have 4 speeds in each range. And there's a listing here. If you look at it, it gives you, because you have a creeper, some of these have a creeper in them. You know, and it will do 25 miles an hour down the road. It gives you all the particulate information. The buttons and stuff for that are underneath the steering wheel here. That's the one to keep it from going to do its regeneration thing. Those are your flashing lights. That is something to do with the DPF too. I can't remember. That's to force it to regen. The dash is pretty simple. It's a tilt and telescopic, just like your cars. Your headlights can run like a high beam and a low beam on it, like your flash to pass and all that crap it's got. And then that's the actual forward reverse deal shuttled there that you're supposed to use. Parking brake, you always, the parking brake's down there. Get your RPM gauge, temperature, fuel. Lights are awesome on this thing. You can turn each light on or off regardless of your flashers being on. Not like most of them that when you kick on the road flashers at night, it shuts all your floodlights off whatsoever. And if I can remember, flip this back actually. It does have a sunroof venting. It vents. As far as that goes, I think that's about everything in the cab. And here's your heating and air conditioning controls. These are accessory plugins for monitors, ISO stuff, balers, all that good stuff, sprayers, planners. This is your PTO control deal. It's just like all your other Kubota tractors essentially. It's got your 1000 540E. That gives you your engine speeds that you have to get that speed. It's a window defrost. That's a spare. That is slip control of some sorts. PTO. These are just basic functions for the screen controls. Otherwise you can touch the screen as well. So It's got a disconnect switch right here on the dash, actually. Powered up. See, it's glow plugging. It's just a 3-point warning. The front assist is locked in. See all your lights. The screen will come up here in a second. There it goes. It's warming up. Yeah, there it is. It's up. But yeah, here we go. Cold start. Touchscreen's complaining, so I cranked it at reset. Shut the park off. That's what that beeping was, tells you it's in park. Pretty uneventful. Pretty uneventful. Not much else to say. Yeah, there's your diesel exhaust fluid gauge level. The lights. These buttons are for your little menus on the screen there. It goes through everything. Escape. But it's a Kubota. Gonna warm it up a little bit. Been setting a while, so 42 hours on it. Not too bad otherwise. Something different. Well, I hope you all enjoy this. I've been making you guys wait long enough, so hope you all enjoyed it. Appreciate your comments and like the subscription additions. Welcome to the new guys, a couple that I've had in the last week or so. Share it with some friends and give me some more, because I'm taking all kinds of different videos. I'm just not posting them up all the time, so I need something to draw it out a little bit, you know. But anything else, please comment, rate, subscribe. Love you guys. Thanks for all your questions and comments. We'll keep her going and see what we can figure out. Have a good one.